Hey y'all, Mike with Cardboard Kingdom. Welcome back to another Disney Lorcana video. Today I'm going to be talking about some prices across the Lorcana market, kind of like an old school style video that I used to do. No editing. I'm recording this Friday afternoon. We're just going to one shot it. We're going to upload it, and we're gonna be good. I've been on a really good consistent streak of uploading videos, and I don't want that to die today. And I'm feeling pretty passionate about just where Lorcana is. I get the sense that a lot of people are not happy with how quick Lorcana moves, right, in the midst of the current ecosystem, but with like Pokemon being ripped and shipped 24/7 and One Piece being ripped and shipped 24/7, and Magic with their collector boxes. And I feel like a lot of people, specifically like the investors, not really collectors, like if you like singles and you truly enjoy Lorcana, like you can go get some like really good price cards. But more or less the investors and the speculators aren't happy with decisions Ravensburger has made, the collectability of the game, etc., etc. And I just want to kind of put the kibosh on that. Like I feel like people aren't paying attention. They're either not paying attention or they're being disingenuous. Either or, I don't really care. But I just want to go over the state of the market, of where things are at. Just in general on the sealed front. When you look at first chapter booster boxes, they are now selling for regularly over $400. We have sales yesterday of $475, multiple boxes, $430, $450, $430. So first chapter, off the news of being reprinted, is now continuing to just fly up. Closing in, sales close to $500. Lowest verified on the market is $430 right now, one box available, then $435, and then $450, and this is first print wave. You guys know how I feel about that, but like we are literally a few boxes away from 500, right? So first chapter off the news of a reprint continues to just go absolutely crazy. You hop over to Arcasia's Island, newest set, right? We are a week past big box release, holding steady at 140, and I looked at my LGS to see if I could get some. Completely sold out of everything. And this LGS is a significant LGS that has been around forever. This is not like just like a brick and mortar with a small allocation. This is a huge store. They host all sorts of events. They have Friday Night Magic. They have all sorts of Pokemon, Lorcana, One Piece. They've got singles. They've got just a wall of Pokemon. They still have some first edition sealed base set Pokemon boxes. Like, they're very well known. Logan Paul did a video here. This place is very well known. They're completely sold out of Arcasia's Island. You look back at the sealed stuff just in general, people always, like, I see people complain about the booster box prices and the fact that they're not appreciating so fast. And it drives me insane because last year, I was buying Pokemon boxes on eBay for $60 a piece, times 6 for a full case, and getting that shipped to my door. Tax free off of eBay, $60 a box. And people are mad that Lorcana is like below MSRP or something like that. And I'm like, MSRP? Who gives a shit about MSRP? It's a made up price. Like, Pokemon was available for $60 last year. Like, do you think the LGSs weren't carrying it? No, they were carrying it. Like, these things go in cycles. And what happens? Like, sorry, your box of cardboard like didn't go to the moon immediately. Like, I am very fed up, and just honestly, I'm over the, I guess, just pure speculators. Like, obviously I have sealed cases and I have sealed boxes, but it is very much a long-term play for me. Like, I truly do not care what these boxes do for the next year, 2, 3 years that I buy them. Like, I literally could not care less. And I've said that a lot. I'm sorry if I'm coming off aggressive, but I've just seen this feedback so much lately. And it's like, what are you looking at? Like, first chapter over $400 a box. You look at a case of the Floodborne, you're staring at $800, well above MSRP. Shout out Lore Alley. Great store. Buy from them. Buy that lowest listing. Arcasia's Island, brand new set, gone. Rain of Jafar, currently our pre-order, whatever, irrelevant. Shimmering Skies, over $100 a box for a case. Into the Inklings is the only set that you could say, in my opinion, is even overprinted. But then you look at a country like Europe, they cannot get the Inklings right now for sub $100. It is scarce over there. Now, they have a lot of Floodborne, right? So every country's a little bit different. But even saying that Inklings is overprinted is a lie whenever you just look across the pond, because they need it there. They want it there. They're willing to pay over $100 a box for it there, right? So, like, sure, we have plenty of Inklings, but, like, there's an argument to be made that even Inklings isn't even overprinted. Now, I would say, look, Inklings is overprinted, but they're still, what I digress. Azurite Sea, the worst enchanted lineup by a mile, still over $100 a box for a case. Ursul's Return, the second weakest set behind Inklands in terms of total print quality, enchanted roster, etc. $100 a box. These LGSs are getting this product for $80 to $90, and it's still, right after release, above that in 99% of the cases. Like, that's a healthy ecosystem, guys. I know that it's not a $230 journey together, booster box or whatever, but I got news for you. A year from now, 2 years from now, whenever this happens, Pokemon is not going to be as high, right? It's going to be back to the times where you could get them for, instead of $60, maybe you're getting them for $80 or $100. Regardless, MSRP is a made-up price. The sealed product in Disney Lorcana is doing completely fine off the back of the players and the small amount of the collectors that are here. I've talked about that on this channel a lot. Like, we're probably like 5 to 10% of the total ecosystem right now. Like, we're not a lot. Like, it's the complete opposite in Pokemon. 99% are collectors and maybe 1% players. Here, it's much more player focused, which once again, I think to build a true collectible, you have to be able to play the game. Players have to get the cards. Right now, box prices are incredibly stable. You look at something like, it's like, if you just buy the right things, like even as a pure flipper, investor, speculator, you would be absolutely printing money with Lorcana. Things like the first chapter Trove, you could buy this last year for $100, $125 after the reprint. Right now, well over, or $350. $350 for a beat up box, over $350 for one that with no pictures listed. You buy the D23 collector's box that was just announced. There's going to be a raffle on D23 for it. Did it mess with the price? Nope, sitting at $270. This box was printed and sold, was it $49 or $99 last year on the event? This product isn't even a year old, and it's already 3x the price, if not higher. I think it was probably $99 was probably the box price. But regardless, like, if you just buy the right things, like, stuff is moving incredibly fast. But it's like you're just not paying attention, or you're just being disingenuous. One of the two. But essentially, if you avoid the like gift boxes, everything else performs incredibly well. So I don't know. This narrative of like Ravensburger has to fix this or else, it's like you have no clue. Like, you literally have no clue. You're just not paying attention. Everything in Lorcana is doing amazing, right? So that's the sealed stuff. I'm gonna get off my high horse there. I do want to take a look at some bigger picture stuff, just some singles. You look at the Elsa right now. You filter for near mint. You look at the Elsa, lowest raw copy on the market on TCGPlayer is almost $1,000. We are almost back to an Elsa $1,000 floor off a reprint, off a massive restock, and off the news that we're going to get another reprint in Latin America, in combination with, we're I guess, 6 months removed from, or not even that much, but off the Australia release where they got the first chapter, right? This stuff has been printed to oblivion in terms of, like, to use that word. It hasn't, right? But at the end of the day, we are still almost at $1,000 Elsa for a raw copy. We have graded PSA 10 Elsas for selling for over $2,000. $2,800 for one with a signed auto. And Matt, I got to give Matt a shout out. Like, that's a pretty good signature. Like, I write like a third grader still, but $2,800 for a signed copy, a PSA 10 copy, going on for over $2,000. Some auctions ending at $1,500. This one, I will say, I don't know. It's from the United Kingdom, so anytime I see a high sale, but it's overseas, I tend to lean that it's legitimate, because there's just not as big of a market as there is here in the States. Here in the States, you can still go in for like $1,600, I think is kind of the floor. But regardless, Elsa, raw, almost back to $1,000, PSA 10 selling for over $2,000, readily available for, I think, $1,600. One listing at $1,500, multiple at $1,600. And it kind of creeps up from there, right? So maybe, I don't know, 10, 15 listings, sub 2K. You look at stuff like, and this is like more bigger picture stuff, and I know I'm just rambling, but I want to, like I said, the context of this video is I just want to get a video out to stay consistent, right? I'm going to be doing I'm going to post a video tomorrow from I opened 2 Lilo and Stitch gift boxes and pulled absolute fire. I love those products. Like, just quick plug for those products. You get the Lilo promo, which is half the price because you can readily get them. They're readily available right now for like $29. So the Lilo promo takes up half of it, and then you get 5 packs at essentially $3 a pack, which you can't find that anywhere in Lorcana. We just went through the sealed prices, and everything's like $100 box or higher. You can get sealed packs for $3 in that Lilo and Stitch box. Absolutely love it. But I want to bring us back to the Elsa Spirit of Winter, just to give you an idea of like, the first chapter is printed so much, and there's so much of it out there. We are sitting at 2,186 PSA 10 Elsas. Now, I want to put this number in perspective for you guys as someone who's been tracking this for over 12 months. This number has slowed exponentially in terms of the amount that are getting graded. And the PSA that are getting a PSA 10 as well. This number was 2,000 months ago. It has slowed significantly on a month by month basis. Sure, it's still going up. Sure, there's a ton out there that are ungraded. I'm not trying to say that this is the end all be all number by any means. This number will probably end at over 3,000 when it's all said and done. But just keep in mind, so like 3,000, let's just say it even goes up to like 5,000, right? Right now, there's been 3,273 that have been graded in total. 2,186 of them are PSA 10. You look at something like, Pokemon, just to compare, like I like to think of Elsa as the Charizard of Lorcana. Now, look, Pokemon and Lorcana are apples and oranges, but I do like to compare to Pokemon just to get some sort of semblance of like, what does the absolute like high-end potential look like? You look at something like a Charizard, base set Charizard, 72,000 base set Charizards have been graded, right? So you put that into perspective against the Elsa. Now look, Elsa's never going to be Charizard. This is not the argument I'm trying to make. But people will say that Lorcana is overprinted. There's too much of it out there. They need to quit printing the first chapter. You think about base set, a box that is now worth what, $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 for a base set box? Like, I don't know, that sounds right. There have been 72,000 base set Charizards out there. And the cool thing about those boxes, you're going to get multiple Charizards in them. Also, you freaking could open 20 cases and never see her. Like, these cards are a lot rarer. And look, I'm not the one to be preaching set card rarity. You guys know that. Give me my trophy stitches, give me my D23s, right? Give me my trophy cards. I'm not the biggest set rarity, believer. Now, I like set cards. I think it's the lowest barrier to entry. I think that's what people like. I think there is definitely a market there. I prefer very scarce rarity, cards that are hard to find, and so you typically get that with some of the higher end cards. But 72,000 Charizards being graded ever. Now, surely some of these are duplicates. Who knows how many, right? Like, how many times did a 9 get cracked to try to get to that 10 and came back into the 8, 7, or 6? This is one thing. Like, these PSA 10s and Pokemon, like, if you weren't grading back in like 2009 or 8 to like 2015, like that's when all these 10s were graded. There is like none coming on the market now. PSA is like completely redefined what it is to grade these cards, these vintage cards, because the premium that comes with their insurance, they are just not in the market of putting any other 10s out there. But 72,000, right? That's a massive number. If you look at something like the Moonbreon, there's like 50,000 PSA 10s, I think. When you look across all language variants, it's very close to that number, somewhere between 30 and 50,000. So then you think about Elsa, the potential of Disney. We're seeing all these prices. You look at, once again, going back to the singles, Elsa's at 1,000. I think Stitch is around, 500, 485 is the lowest on the market for a raw copy. And then you're up to, or wait, no, that's not even a raw copy. Those are both graded PSA 9s. So 500, lowest on the market for a Stitch. There's one available, and then you're at 700. So there's two available. We are 2 Stitches away from a $700 Stitch floor. Elsa's almost at 1,000. Sealed boxes are going crazy. If you speculate or invest in the smart things like a D23 collector's box or something that's going to be hard to reprint like a Trove, then you're just like absolutely printing money. The new set LGSs are feasting off of. They're getting it $80 a box. Right now it's at $130 a week after, big box release. Like, it's the Lorcana market is in amazing shape. And there are still people who feel like the game's going to die, or like, I have serious collectors messaging me about like, they're worried because like their league night like didn't do good and stuff. And I'm like, you're missing you are so far like buried your head in the dirt that like it's insane. And like seeing that guy that posted on Facebook saying he ripped like $50,000 or $75,000 worth of packs and he's not happy with the return, like, people, I honestly feel like I'm in some sort of like Twilight Zone or something. Like, I'm looking at everything like they're building a true game. They have thousands and thousands and thousands of dedicated players. They have the biggest IP in the world. We are in a massive lull right now in terms of competitive play and hype, and things are still moving exponentially. And I'm just sitting here like wanting things to slow down, but people are commenting like, man, they've got to change this or else. They've got to do this or else. It's like, no, they quite literally don't have to do anything. Like, they don't even have to improve the booster pack experience, and Lorcana is going to progress still. And then you're going to come back whenever they do, but you're going to wish you didn't leave. And so I guess what I will end this, rant on, because I'm just fired up and I've been doing garage sales for 2 days, so I'm pissed off. What I will end, but I will say the cards they sell well at garage sales. They do really good. I did not sell any Lorcana, but I sold plenty of Pokemon. With that being said, I just look, stick it out is my one message. Things are going incredibly well. The game is very healthy. Your LGS is not going to stop carrying Lorcana. Things are moving at a great pace. Sure, it's not Pokemon where pre-orders are $250 a box or whatever. That's bad. Those people are not going to last. Bull cycles happen. Bull markets happen. Those people are going to, as the reprints keep coming and prismatics being printed 2 to 3 years from now, those people are going to lose some money, and some of them will stay, some of them will leave, right? That's just the natural cycle. That will happen at some point with Lorcana in the future, right? I would advise you, if you're filling out of it, to stick with it. Find some cards you like to collect. Find some sealed if you're an investor or whatever. But like there's enough here. You just have to stick with it, right? The only thing that can burn you, the only way you can lose here is if you're just constantly chasing the next thing. If you have any tie to Lorcana at all or have any faith in it, I would advise you to stick with it because there's a lot of really, really good things to come. The signs are all there. Things are looking very, very stable. Things are looking very, very good. We get into the end of 2025. We get Worlds. We get a new DLC schedule. We get the hype that comes around that. We get into Pixar in 2026. Like, the possibilities are endless, guys. The IP within this brand is exponentially higher than any other IP in the world in terms of media IP, even Pokemon. It's not even close. And then you look at how well they're delivering right now for a game that's 1.5 years old. They're going worldwide. They're about to have one of the biggest TCG tournaments ever in terms of the worlds that happens with Lorcana. Like, it's going to be absolutely insane. People are going to be traveling around the world to see it. It's going to get all sorts of press and news. We're going to get reprints and new art tiers in Fabled from what I'm hearing. Like, Rapunzel Gifted with Healing with a new art variety. Like, just stay with it. I'm feeling like the only way you're going to lose is if you get bored and you flip everything to go chase a Journey Together set that's going to be printed 20x more than the next Lorcana set. Like, that matters when you think about a collectible 10 years from now. Like, the fact that a Moonbryon is, $2,000 or $3,000 or whatever, I think it got up there quite a bit, and they came back down. There's a ton of demand for that card, but there's also like 50,000 mint copies out there. Like, that card's not rare at all. And so, yes, there's a current demand to match the supply, but like, these numbers that exist in Lorcana right now, they're sure there's enough for the current ecosystem, but God forbid this thing double or triple over the next 5 to 10 years, which I think is completely possible in terms of the collector base. Then these prices, you're going to be like, why didn't I listen to Mike? What was I thinking, right? Why did I buy an Elsa for $800, hold it for 5 months, sell it for $700 to go do a pre-order of a case for Journey Together? Like, that's not the way. Like, that is not the way. And look, if you're over Lorcana and you're just like, Mike, shut up, I'm over it, like, it's not moving fast enough, then that's fine. I'll buy your collection, right? Don't forget to reach out to me. But at the end of the day, as long as you're paying attention, stuff is moving like crazy. Sealed is incredibly healthy. You could even invest in it. Singles are doing fantastic. The singles in Arcasia's Island are incredibly limited, and I'm not going to pull it up because I'll rant for another 10 minutes, but Arcasia's Island Enchanted, the good ones, the collectible ones, are incredibly low in terms of listings, whether it's Tamatoa, whether it's Tramp, whether it's Bolt, whether it's Aurora. Some of these have incredibly low listings. We talked about low listings in another video earlier today. There is ample opportunity here. There are plenty of collectors here. You might be missing it. And so this video is just a full warning. Don't get bored and give up. Don't sell your collection unless you truly have to. Don't get bored and go to Pokemon where you have to fight for a product. Like, look, if you're done with Lorcana, you're done with Lorcana, reach out to me. I'll gladly send you on a bow with some capital and you can go play and go fight at your Costco Royal Rumble to get some Pokemon. But Lorcana's in a very healthy spot. Ravensburger doesn't have to do anything or the game's going to die. Like, those days are over, guys. Like, Lorcana's here. You'll even listen to Rudy, the biggest Lorcana hater ever. He opened that box and as he loves the cards and he's opening it, he says, guys, I might not, I don't know what he said. He's like, I might not have been right, or maybe I didn't call this, but Lorcana's going to be around for a very long time. The biggest Lorcana hater out there ever even knows it. Lorcana's not going anywhere. They don't have to do anything. The game is incredibly healthy. Sit back, enjoy the ride. You're here very early. This is the tip of the iceberg, and let's enjoy some beautiful art together. That's the end of the rant today. Happy Friday. I will talk to you all soon. Hey, the video tomorrow is going to be good. Those boxes that I opened were absolutely juiced. So if you like watching box openings, stick around for the video tomorrow. Thank you very much, guys. I love you all. I will talk to you soon. Have a great weekend. Bye.